Well, it's time that I finally made this video. Here are the 5 things people don't like about living in Vancouver, Washington. As a local real estate professional, I hear a lot from people, and these are honestly the 5 most common reasons why people don't like living in Vancouver. And I don't think they're all that bad. I know there's some cities, it might start with a P and end with an Ortland, that's a little bit south of us, that have a few different ones, but these 5 are relatively tame compared to a lot of other cities. So let's get chatting. So these are in no particular order, but first and foremost, obviously, yes, it is very rainy and gloomy in the Pacific Northwest. It's just kind of part of the gig. You hear, you get a raincoat, and you just deal with it. And SAD, seasonal affective disorder, is a real thing. I do actually personally suffer from it. And the best way to combat it is to do vitamin supplements of B, C, and D. And I also use this little thing called a Happy Light. And it seems to bring up my mood, and it seems to do well. I mean, today it's cloudy. Yesterday it was cloudy. Tomorrow it'll be cloudy. But with all that rain, doom and gloom, comes an amazing landscape out here. And one of my favorite things to do is to go out and hike. And when I'm hiking and I'm walking down these trails, especially like pretty close to the coast, they're just full, the trees and bushes are just full of moss and ferns. And I constantly find myself thinking, when's the dinosaur gonna jump out of the woods? So the doom and gloom has its positives too. So the third thing I hear about a lot, reasons why people don't like living in Vancouver, Washington, it's the lack of public transportation. And yeah, okay, the farther you get away from like downtown Vancouver proper, the less transportation there is. But you can also, from that area and from a couple other areas, catch a bus into Portland and get around in Portland. There's also buses and trains that will take you from Vancouver to Seattle. A fourth reason why people, say that they don't like or hate living in Vancouver, Washington has to do with the air quality. And please tell me an area in the west of the United States that does not have an issue a single day or a single week a year with air quality because of forest fires. It's part of the landscape, it's part of what's going on, and there's a lot of ways that you can mitigate that. And if it's only a couple days here and there, turn on the interior circulation in your car, don't run air from outside, try not to do anything outside while the air quality index is high. Also, shut up your home. And if you absolutely need to, get a home humidifier, because that will also, when you run that and you humidify the air in your home just a little bit, it will help bring the smoke particles down. So yeah, we have to deal with forest fires and the smoke from them from time to time, but it's not a year-round thing. So if you can deal for a couple days or maybe a week, you should be great, because the Pacific Northwest is beautiful. And a fifth reason why people don't like or hate living in Vancouver, Washington, and it is because home prices have gotten a little expensive. I mean, they're not out of control, but over the past 3 years, they definitely have gone up. And they were quite a bit more affordable than Portland before the pandemic. And then all of a sudden, with the limited amount of houses and people also trying to find more space, the appreciation in Vancouver went through the roof. But we have seen some more regulation in the pricing over the past second half of 2022. So in 2023, we're hoping to see a nice level playing field with the average 3 to 4% appreciation and not 20-some%. Well, as a real estate professional, those are the 5 most common things I hear when I'm talking to people about why they dislike or hate living in Vancouver, Washington. Honestly, they're not that bad. They could be a lot worse. There's a lot of other cities that